Hi guys, good evening. I'm here with Kara and Cara. I always can't remember which one.
No, it's actually Kara.
It is Kara. See, that's the way I want to say it, but it makes me think it's going to be Cara. We are using the brand new Cheeky from the Spring Luxio collection. And we're going to do a pretty ombre. And I wanted to show a different technique for ombres. There's no wrong way to do it. There's kind of just different ways. Do you want to refresh yours? She's going to pull the video up on her Facebook so we can try to answer any questions, because typically this time of night it's a little bit busier. So she's got gorgeous nail beds. How's that for some pretty little nail beds going on?
Hi from Fresno.
Hi, Fresno. So I'm going to use my 106 brush. This is the one that I use for my 30-day manicure and pretty much for anything, everything. And I'm just holding it kind of flat and just doing a quick blend. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're covering this up. So most of this nail is going to be Flirt, and we just want a little bit of the Cheeky showing down on the tips. So we are not going to be too crazy about how this looks. I definitely just don't want a line underneath it, because sometimes if your line is a little bit thick, it will show. So
Brandy says she loves your videos.
Oh, Brandy, I'm so glad.
And you got another Fresno hi.
Another Fresno. Wow, lots going on in Fresno. I should go visit. Thinking about going to Pasadena show, so maybe I'd run into a couple of you there.
And my nail beds, possibly.
And your nail beds. I might take Kara with me because I need some competition models, and if I go do that, I need some nail beds. And my other couple of clients that are coming with me to a couple other things, I can't use them at all of them because they won't have nails grown out yet. So I might steal her and take her with me for a fun weekend. Alright, so again, I am using Luxio Cheeky. This is the second coat. So this is a wet on dry technique. So I've done some techniques with wet and wet. When I do it vertical, I really like using wet and wet. It's just easier. But when I have something that blends really, really easy, like Flirt is an easy one to blend because it has a little bit of pearl to it. I like doing wet on dry. I just find it works easier for me. But there's no right and wrong way. That's why I'm showing you guys another way, because that way you can try it and see what you like. So, okay, 106 brush, blend, blend, blend. And I got a new light for next to my camera, so hopefully the light
actually looks really good.
Does it look much better?
Yeah.
Okay. I've been trying to make it easier for you guys to, see what it is I'm doing. So I got a new light to try. It makes the nails look juicy because it's a circle. You see the circle light in there now? That's what we call juicy nails. It trips me out a little bit because I'm used to the straight line of light instead of the circle. So it's a little bit trippy, but it'll do. Is no one else saying anything?
Hi, Jess. I'm getting ideas for my cruise next month. This is nice.
Ooh, cruise nails. Where are you going? I love a good cruise. What ship you going on? Where are you going?
I'd love to see a video of you filling your nails. Thank you for all these videos. They're extremely helpful. I was just going to mention your new light.
Oh, good. Of me filling my nails, I like these ones. And the reason the stones are all off here is because I was practicing squeezing acrylic, and you can't really pinch acrylic with stones all over your nails. So that's why these still have stones from forever ago, and these ones are boring.
Another the light looks good.
Good, good, good.
Eastern Caribbean with Connor through Carnival.
Oh, this must be my cousin.
Oh, Evelyn Hall. I just supposed to see
that must be my cousin. Fun. Can you take me? I want to go. Eastern Caribbean. What ship is she going on? Is that in
Carnival.
Carnival. Carnival has the best chocolate melting cake. They serve it at every dinner now. I think it's called like a warm melting pot. Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
Really, can you not tell a pregnant person about chocolate
I'm
cake
sorry.
right now?
Everyone's saying congratulations to Kara. She's pregnant. Baby due in September. So exciting. And congratulations, shout out to Nicole, my friend. Nicole Hollenbeck just had her cute little boy. Another nail tech. She's down in Oregon. So if you guys didn't know, Nicole had her baby.
She said, sure, if you take me to Hawaii, you can go on the cruise.
Hawaii's done. Sorry, gone. No more Hawaii. But yeah, I do love a good cruise. I'm trying to figure out when the next one's going to be. My mother, we took her to one last year, and now she's a bit obsessed. She just wants to go on a cruise.
What is the light?
The light is this little clamp on. I'll show you real quick. Hold on one second.
It's called a ring light for a cell phone.
Oh, thanks. Kara knows. It's called a ring light for a cell phone. It looks like this. Go and put that in. Looks like this. So this is from Bastop. And I just turn it around, and as long as it doesn't cover my camera, is that good? Right there. Then it gives pretty good light. So, all right. Now, moving on. So now that we've done my 2 coats of Cheeky, we are moving on to Flirt, which has been really, really popular since it came out. And it is a really cool kind of light beigey, and it has a little bit of a pearl to it. So it is really ideal for doing ombres. Anything with a bit of a pearl or a bit of a clear makes life just so much easier when you are trying to do a fade of some kind. So, and you can almost get away with 1 coat, but I will do 2 because I'm really picky. Oh, look, I got some on the skin. Bad nail tech. So get this really close to the skin. People always ask how I get really close to the cuticle. I get the gel in front of my brush and I push it up into the cuticle. And then around the sides, I really just glide it as close as I can get. But, you know, some people will take their brush and put it up here and start to brush down. And that's, no, you don't want to do that because you can't see where it's going and you can't get it under the cuticle. If you push the cuticle back, sometimes you can actually slide your color right underneath if it's lifted, and then you get it really close. And the closer you get, the less grout they're going to see. 2 weeks down the road, it's going to look like almost nothing, which allows people to go 4 weeks, because then it's really starting to show, but it doesn't bug them as much as if you start. You know, I see sometimes people have a picture of a brand new set that they do, and they're, see, I'm also going to pull the skin back. See how I pulled that back? That's going to help get it a little bit closer. You know, when I see pictures of people's nails and they are brand new sets and they look a week and a half grown out, it kind of drives me a little bit crazy. I feel sorry for the client. So get them closer. All right, so I'm going to take my brush and get the lint off. Hello. And then I'm just going to blend down with this one. And the first coat's not going to look perfect. And it's not going to be as far down, or it's not going to be as far down. The second coat, I'm going to have it down quite a bit farther because we want it to be mostly the Flirt color with just a little bit of the bottom showing. And if you get too much on the bottom, you can just wipe it off. Look how easy this is to blend. It's a nice one. So I'm just holding my brush sideways. So again, this is a wet on dry technique. So there's no wrong way. Try different things with different colors. Certain colors that have the pearl in them are way easier to blend than solids. Ones with a little bit of clear are easier to blend. So if you, getting into summer, you got people that maybe want a pink to red ombre, but they want kind of a bright red. Passion has a little bit of clear in it, and it makes it really easy to blend. I have quite a few people that will do that. Because I have people that go 4 weeks, I do a lot of ombres to clear up at the cuticle. So I have to use gels that will blend really well to clear. All right, so that's the first coat. The second coat, we're going to go a little further.
Do you always have light color at your cuticle area and dark at free edge?
Most of the time, yes, because optical illusion wise, you dark colors make everything look slimmer, right? And so if you have your light color at the edge and your dark color at the top, your nail is just going to have this optical illusion that it's flared out and wider, which to me isn't as attractive as narrower. So yes, I typically will always suggest the darker on the tip. However, I do have a picture on Instagram of just two blues, and they were both relatively dark, but one was lighter, and I did dark at the cuticle, and that looked great, but I tapered the nails in slightly to kind of help with that illusion, because it will look whiter where the lighter color is. Does that make sense? And I want them to always look like they're tapered in more at the end. So, but it's not a rule. You definitely can do whatever you want. Any more questions? Give them to me. I'm very chatty right now, so. I got a lint. I was talking to Kristen today, and I expanded the Accents booth for the One Show. So if you don't know about the One Show, it's the show in, sorry, there's a lint in there and I don't like it. It's the show in Oregon, and it's towards the end of May. I believe it's like the 18th, 19th, 20th, around there. I am doing a performance class kind of out of a little bit north in Vancouver, just because the one I'm doing on Monday was so overbooked so fast that a couple people wanted to take that, and I have no other time. It's the only weekend I really can do that class, and I have to be there. So I'm going to go down and be doing that class in Vancouver, just north of where that Oregon show is. So if you wanted to take the performance sculpturing class, that is available on my website, so you can sign up for that. I know there's a ton of other classes going on that weekend, so only come to mine if you are dying to take the performance class. Otherwise, go to one of the other ones, because those are fun too. And I will always be running classes here at Love Nails. So again, I'm going to pull the skin back a little bit, just to make sure that we can get really good and close. Now, I don't worry so much about it on the second coat. I really make sure I'm super close on the first coat, and that way the second coat I can be a little bit quicker. So get really close that first coat. And then brush, blend, 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 blend. I did some really fun nails. My last client was some foil and some glitter, so I took a picture of that, so I'm going to put that on Instagram.
Oh, I need to see those. I didn't get to see them before she left.
You didn't get to see them?
No.
I'm surprised.
I didn't want to be mean. I wanted to seem really bad, but they wanted to be like, show me your nails now.
You're normally bossy like that. Why would it change?
I'm not bossy.
I'm just kidding.
I'm particular.
All right, go ahead on in. All right, so second coat, we're going to basically do the same thing, but I'm going to go down a little bit farther this time because I just want that cheeky kind of to peekaboo. So just going to go through and make sure that in the spots around the cuticle, oopsies, if you do that, take your stick, get it out. It's going to be a lot easier to do that than try to file it out later. A little bit farther down this time so that I can blend that out.
I'm already wondering how many people are going to ask me if it's the mood or the temperature changing polish. Or just
right? No. And people sometimes will ask us, does Accents have any of that mood change polish? And we don't. And the reason is because the pigment required to do that isn't necessarily approved all over the world. And because Accents is a massively a huge international company, they have to pay a lot of attention to, okay, if we ship to Italy, can we use red dye number 7? Or, there's a lot of pigments that are banned in certain countries. And so they won't use pigments that they can't ship all over the world. So something like that they might not do just because it's not something they can ship everywhere. We have a huge following in places like Russia. There's amazing nail techs in Russia. So, You can find some really good ones on Instagram. They do beautiful lighting and pictures and stuff. I wish I had time for all those gorgeous things that they do. But one of these days I will. Instead, you get my little homemade videos. Sorry. But hopefully it helps some of you. That's my goal. Alright, so again, I pulled this down a bit farther. And I'm going to do the same thing, but now we're down much closer to the free edge. And I just don't want it to go all the way over, but pretty darn close. Just to lightly blend that down. So you guys see now it's just barely a little bit of a tip going on. And I think that's what she was going for today.
No.
What?
Yes. No. Call me bossy. I had to be.
Mm-hmm. If she said no and meant it, I'd be like, all right, well, too bad.
You're stuck with them.
It's what you get today. Pretty. So if you guys haven't tried this collection yet, the new Spring Luxio collection, if you want to try all 6 of them and you don't want to get full-size bottles, I do still have some of the minis in stock at lovenails.com. I believe it's $55, if I'm not mistaken, for all 6. And then you can give them all a shot because they're all really, really awesome colors. I've used all of them without force. Where they're like, ooh, I like this one, I like this one. Including Wink, which is the green, is really super fun. And as we get even more into spring, I know they're going to just continue to be really popular. So I do still have some of those mini collections, and I'll be happy to send one to you if you want one. Once they're gone in the sample sizes, the mini ones, when we get a new collection, we only can get a limited amount, and then once they're gone, they're gone. So if you want to try the minis, they do last for a long time. And then when you run out of one color, you can get one replacement color if it's been really popular. Like I think this Flirt is, I'm going to run out of first because I have used it quite a bit. And I'm really just kind of playing with this too much. Okay. All right, there you go, guys. So all I'm going to do is top coat and finish these, but gorgeous and Flirt and cheeky. So get those, have some fun with it, and we'll see you next time.